Hi everyone, and thank you for purchasing the Floating Products Shopify section by qwiqode. In this video, I'll be showing you how to use it. This section features showing products as floating boxes, so let's start by adding some products to the section. To add a product, click on the left sidebar on Product, and from here you can select a product from your catalog. Let's say we want this anti-aging cream, okay? And right now, as default, it's going to use the image from the product. But if you want to use a custom image, you can select from here and select the image. Let's say I want to use maybe this image instead. As you can see, these other blocks are on top of this one. So for now, to focus on this first block, I'm going to hide the other two temporarily. And we'll get back to this in a bit. Now, from here, we have some options that are for clicking the item. By default, if you click this item, it's going to redirect to the product URL, but you can turn this on and off. The same with the product button. You can do it like this, but for this example, I really like to show both, so I'm going to keep it, those two options. Now, in here, we have the image dimensions, which are original, landscape, square, and portrait. Maybe on this one, square looks better. This white background that you see in here is being controlled from the section settings. But if you want to use a custom color for a specific block, you can use it from here. Let's say all of them will be white, but this one I want it to be yellow. Down here we have the block width, okay, and the position, we can put it on the left. On distance from edge, we can control this. Okay, this is only available when it's left or right, because on center it's gonna stay in here. So let's say we want it on the left and maybe around here. In here we have block vertical scrolling speed. This controls the speed of this element. As you can see at -2, this element is scrolling a little slower than the other elements on the page. Okay. So if you want to use the same regular scrolling speed as default as the other elements, you can put it at 0. But if you want to be slower, you can put it at negative. Okay, as you can see, that element is way slower, and it's gonna stay up there. Maybe -5 is too much, so I'm gonna keep it at -2. Okay, cool. Down here we have some mobile options, which are the same as this one. The only difference is that we added this selector to use a custom speed on mobile. In case you want that block to move differently on mobile, you can select it from here and put custom speed. For now, I'm gonna leave it as use desktop speed setting, okay? I'm gonna add some more products and speed up this process. Now that we added some products, we can also add a custom block. Let's say on this custom block, we select it from here. By default, it's on the center. Let's put it on the right and make it maybe, say, a new journey. We can put an image to it. And instead of learn more, I want to be see collection. Now in here, we can add a button to that collection. Okay. Because this is a custom block, all the styling settings, you're gonna find them in here. So in here, we can select the text placement. You can put it above, on the right, or on the left, or you can put it as overlay. As overlay, it's gonna look like this. But for this example, I'm gonna leave it as below image. So maybe this is gonna be a dark. And then in here we can adjust the padding. Maybe that custom block, it will look better on top. Okay. And make it maybe a little slower. Now we have here the block text alignment. You can put on left, center, or right. And in here we have the text vertical alignment. This is only available when it's on overlay. For example, if we put here overlay, so we can make it maybe on the bottom. You see, or maybe on the top. For this example, I'm gonna leave it like this. Now, Down here we have the block title styling. Let's say I want this to be white. I want to put it here. You can also select a custom font. You have the option here to select any font you like. Or if you have a custom font in your theme, you can put the font name in here. Let's say you have Helvetica. You can add it here and it will grab that font, okay? And here you can select the font weight, make it bolder or regular, okay? Now, down here we have some margins, which is the margin top and the margin bottom. Now, we have font size, and in here we have line height. Line height controls the distance between the characters vertically, in case this has more content. Let me show you. Let's say we have some bigger text. Here we will control that distance, and we have some more room, okay? Well, for now, I'm gonna just keep one. The letter spacing controls the distance between characters, but horizontally. So let's say we want that a little more spread out. We can select it from here. Adjust this, because I want this a little bigger. Down here we have some styling settings for the button, like this, a little more border radius, adjust the horizontal padding, vertical padding, and maybe the font size. Okay, cool. Now, in here we also have the button colors, so maybe we can use white like this. Okay. Now that we have all this content in here, let's go to the section settings. And that section title can be something like, okay. Down here we have some styling options for the section. You have the background type, which by default is set as color. So you can add a color in here. We have also here the section width, full width. When it's on regular and you have this content max width, it's controlling the width of the whole section. Let me show you. If I reduce this, it will reduce the whole section. But if you have it as full width, this will control the content like this. Let me show you. If I put this way smaller, you see that it's gonna look like this. But if I spread it out, it will cover more space. You can also use real full width. When this is enabled, this will be ignored. For example, if I do this, you see, it's all the way to the corners. Okay, but if I remove it and put it like this, you see that it stays in here. We have some section margin paddings. Top padding is this distance right here in the inside. So let's say I want a little more space in here, maybe at the bottom as well. Okay, cool. Down here we also have the styling settings for the title and the text block. I'm gonna have it like this, okay, white as well. And this is too close. Maybe we can add some margin. Cool. Now, down here we have block styling, okay, and we added this option, which is to enable or disable their overflow. You'll see that it starts to overflow outside of the section. When this is disabled, you will see that it's gonna stay there and it's gonna hide inside the section. But if you like the overflow effect, you can leave it like this. Now, in here we have the block border radius, which we can adjust, okay? You see the border taking effect on all blocks. Now, as you can see, the blocks have this shadow effect. Maybe on this example, because it's a dark background, we don't want it to be this dark. Maybe we want it to be like this, okay? But let's say something like this and not much opacity, maybe a little bit like this. So we can highlight that item. Let's keep it disabled for now, okay? Now, we also have this option, which is enable scale on hover. When this is enabled and the user does this, it will scale like this. And this will be added to all blocks, to the product block and the custom block. We have here the product background color, which are these two. Remember that we didn't add custom colors to these two, so we can control it from here, the default ones. Okay, cool. And now in here we also have the padding, which is on the product block. Remember that on the custom block, you control all these settings from that same block. But for the product ones, we can add it from here. We also have the text area layout. It can be one line or it can be stacked like this. Okay, and in here we have the text area alignment. This is only when it is stacked. So when it's stacked, you can put left, right, or center. So I'm gonna leave it on one line. We also have the text area top padding, which is this area right here. And down here we added the product title. By default, we have this wrap as an H3, but you can select from here any other wrapper that you want. Okay, cool. And remember, this is only for the product ones, because on this ones, we have the rich text where we can select this type of wrapping. So let's style that product title. Now we also can put here the product price, and you can show the from, like in here. If you have different pricing for the products, down here we have the product price, which is the font size, line heights, letter spacing, and the compare price, which is this one grayed out. We can also style it. Down here we have the product button styling. We have the label, which by default is shop now, but you can put maybe buy now. Now down here we have the button colors. Right now this works for me because I like these colors. But you can also adjust it in here. We can put it maybe dark, okay, and on hover to be blue. Now that I see this other product, maybe this is a little big, the button size, and maybe the product title is a little big too. So I'm gonna leave it at 20. I really like the results of this section, so I'm gonna leave it like this and click on save. So that's it. Thank you again, and if you have any questions or run into any issues, please don't hesitate to reach out to us via the support page on our website. Thank you and take care.